Time now for Back to the Basics in Healthcare with Balanced Life Chiropractic. Dr. Harley, how are you?
Hey, John, I'm doing fantastic. How are you today?
I'm good. Sneaking right up on Christmas, which
gosh.
Hard to believe that's a few weeks away. But this also is the time of year when we get this yucky weather and we get ice. And there are people who will slip and fall or even maybe just slip and maybe jostle something out of alignment. That it's a good time to know a good chiropractor.
Right. I mean, I hope all the listeners out there are staying safe and being careful when they're getting out of their vehicles.
Please do that.
Homes or whatever. But yeah, unfortunately, this is the time of year that I do tend to see a lot more falls. I have a few patients. I was like, oh, please don't tell me you fell again. Like, we get them doing really well, and then it seems like every winter they tend to slip or fall. But that's okay. We'll put them back together after the fact.
And again, they don't always necessarily fall and land. Sometimes they just slip, and you can pull something out of place just slipping.
Yeah, sometimes the worst bit is catching yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's almost better to if you're going to fall, just fall and
in a fluffy snowbank.
That, or make sure you try to at least land on your butt, because most people definitely have a little more cushioning there.
I do. I got plenty.
Or belly. Either one of those. Try to land on the bigger body parts. Try not to catch yourself with your hands or your wrists or your knees, because that's a good way to break a wrist, sprain a knee, all those different kinds of things.
So is there, other than that, trying to land properly, are there other things? I suppose one of the things would be to make sure you don't have as much ice around if you can avoid it.
Right, yeah, make sure you're putting down the ice melt and things like that. But there are if you're really prone to slipping, some I can't think of what they're called, but kind of like a tack type thing to put on the bottom of your shoe.
Almost like golf cleats?
Something like that, yeah.
Not quite as aggressive.
Yeah, they're something you can slip over your shoe to give you a little bit more traction on the ice. So if you're someone that's more prone to falling, that would probably be a good thing to look into. Very nice. And I suppose the other thing would be avoid going outside if you can. I like that. Just stay inside by the fireplace and have some hot chocolate. That's fair. But if you're not one of those lucky people, just take more time. Make sure you walk slowly. Test the ground first before you just start walking, in a hurry.
And that's the thing where we kind of have to get used to that. And there are people who don't live around here, who've maybe never lived here, if they're visiting or they're new here. You'll get used to it eventually. But this happens every year, doesn't it?
Oh, it happens every year. My apartment complex always sends out a walk like a penguin, when it's supposed to be ice, which kind of makes sense. You're giving yourself a wider base with your feet. You put your feet a little bit farther and you kind of walk a little silly. But,
I just walk like that all the time. So,
but it gives you a lower center of gravity. So then it's a little bit safer for walking on slippery surfaces.
That's why penguins don't fall down. They're on the ice all the time.
I'm sure there's, their feet structure probably has something to do with that too. But I think, the lower center of gravity helps. But maybe you did fall and now you're waking up and you're like, oh man, what do I do? So the biggest thing is ice. You fell on the ice, but then ice where you fell, wherever it's inflamed, irritated, 20 minutes on that site, and then take it off for 20 minutes and kind of do that for about an hour, 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off.
So you do ice packs, not heat packs?
I would do ice to start with, especially, like I said, if you felt you hurt something. Yeah. If you strained a muscle, if it feels more muscular tight, then heat would be better. But if it's a joint or something like that feels irritated, inflamed, ice is better. Heat is going to be better for your muscles.
If you fell down, there's a bone poking out, you want to get that fixed right away.
Right. Yeah. If you really feel like it's really bad, it's not a bad thing to go to urgent care and have them check it out, get x-rays, make sure nothing is broken. But if you're still feeling it and you feel like maybe you did really throw something out of whack, chiropractic is a great way to help get you back on your feet.
I love that. And Balanced Life Chiropractic, I think, is a great place to go. Somebody listening would like to find you. How do they find you online?
They can search us on Facebook at Balanced Life Chiropractic. They can shoot us a message through there, or they can call us at 605-215-1785. We'd love to help you out and let you know what we can do.
Very nice. You can find them online as well on their website, which is BalancedLifeSD.com.